So till now we looked at circular motion wherein things are just flat, you know. So we have something like this, and they're going with uh, some angular velocity, and then you have some centripetal acceleration, tangential, and so on and so forth, right? And we also applied it to a car and friction and stuff. Okay, so not every time we can, we need VC to be maximum. It's proportional to the radius, right? The expression, I hope you guys remember that, mu k gr and all of that, root and stuff. So it's proportional to radius, right? Say you have let me give you guys a scenario this will make more sense. Say we have a scenario wherein we have a place, and it's pretty important place, but it's filled with a lot of buildings and structures and stuff. You want to create a roundabout and things, there are roads everywhere. So you want to create a roundabout, and people like to go faster over there. People tend to go faster, so you want to make it safe. What can you do? You can bank the road. What does it mean? Simple. If I have a center towards the left, if I take up if I lay down on the road, if I look at the road, it will be something like this. Actually, technically I'm laying down, and if I happen to look, the road will look something like this. Again, please experience this. Oh yeah, you guys are in 11th and 12th. I keep forgetting. You guys would have seen all this. I'm sure few of you already are driving. So you know this, right? Bending. It bends a bit. Wherever there's turn, it bends a bit. Especially in highways, they do it for sure. Okay, not to this large extent. You might not feel this obvious, but yeah, it is kind of visible though. So there is bending of the road, and so this is a cross section. So basically I'm taking a circle, cut it across, and I'm looking from this point. I'm lying down and looking at the cross section. This is what we are doing over here. So we're looking at this bending. How does this bending help? Will we be able to go faster for the same radius? So those are the questions that we are trying to answer. Okay, so for that, let us take some extreme scenario. So we have this amount of bending, and we have the car over here, and obviously the car is getting pulled down by the correct gravity, and of course, as usual, the car will tend to fly away from the center. So the frictional force will be pointing inward. So that is the one which was saving us, the friction. So the acceleration is inwards. Okay, and you have the reactional force to be normal to the surface. And what else? Okay, now say the banking is at an angle of theta. I'm not writing all of those statements. So we need to consider a car moving along a banked road which is tilted at an angle of theta. Let the radius of the circle be r. All of that you guys have to write. So statement. So all of those is filling the blanks. Please fill it up. Now we need to resolve the forces. Okay, so for that, let me I might not get the angle right, but it's okay, I guess. Yeah, so this is the stuff, right? Say this is where the car is, and this is theta, and there is a pull down. So we have mg, and there is a frictional force over here. That's your Fk. And yeah, we'll try to resolve all of it vertically and horizontally. So This is your vertical line, and somewhere along here is your horizontal line. Okay, so we need to resolve everything in those set of directions. So first thing is your downward, and then to the right, and then you have your reaction force also, so that is perpendicular, remember. So all these small things you guys have to remember. And then, oh sorry, my reaction force need not be that much, it can be a bit more also. This will be better. Okay, so frictional force, reaction force, and then you can resolve this as well, right? Yeah, for all of this we need the angle. So if this is theta, this is parallel to this, so this has to be theta. Okay, and this will be theta. And so we have Fk sine theta. Again, for this you need to be strong with your basics. This is Fk cos theta plus this will be opposite, so this will be r sine theta. So those are your vectors over here, and this is r cos theta. So I'll just talk about the angle for a second over here. So why is this theta? So let me go with this. So this is your r, this is your slope, so this has an angle of 90 degree, right? Next, this is horizontal, this is vertical, this has an angle of 90 degree. If this is theta, this will be 90 minus theta. If this section is 90 minus theta, this has to be theta, because 90 minus theta plus theta has to be equal to 90. Okay, take a second, have a look, try doing it yourself, be clear with why the angles are so. So with that clarity, we can just move forward. So this is to do with resolving the forces. Now we have Newton's second law, which talks about mass into acceleration. So now let's apply it along. So we can start with vertical, I guess. Again guys, you go anyhow, you let them with the answer, right? Because see, okay, my bad. The agenda over here is to figure out the maximum velocity with which the the car can move. So the same agenda over here as well. So what is the speed limit? Speed limit is what we are trying to figure out. So for that we need to look at how much force we have in hand, and from there, you know, a bit of simplification and you're done. So you know that everything depends on the mass, like the reaction force depends on the mass and stuff. So we are trying to figure out that value with a vertical axis. Again, I'm sorry that I kind of jumped to the entire thing. It's in one continuation. If you guys have seen the last video, then this makes sense, the flow. If not, if you guys are over here for this video, so you need to watch the previous video, it helps you. Honestly, you should watch from the start. I'm talking about first chapter, not even first chapter. You should start from maths. Okay, anyways, let me continue. So we have along the vertical, if I take up as positive and left as positive directions, so we have r cos theta minus Fk sine theta minus mg should be equal to 0. Of course, the car is not flying out. All of this is equal to 0. Now RS or mg is equal to r cos theta, or no, this is minus, no, that is minus, this is proper. Fk is r mu k sin theta. I'm substituting for Fk. So here r is common. Again, I'm looking at simplifying this, guys, nothing else. Mu k sin theta. We'll stop over here because we don't know what exactly we need to substitute. Again, no point in memorizing anything over here. Even I'm just going with the flow. We're looking at the horizontal component. Horizontally, this is where the key thing is, right? That's where our centripetal acceleration comes into picture. So all of this forces results in the required acceleration. So r sin theta, is it cos, r sin theta, plus Fk cos theta, plus Fk cos theta is equal to mass times of acceleration. So from here we can figure out Vc. So r, again r is common, sin theta plus mu k cos theta mass times of Vc square by r. So what do we have? We can call this as 1, we can call this as 2. So we have a new step, 2 divided by 1. So we have Vc square by r, okay, and m gets cancelled, then into g, into 1 by j actually, is equal to, here r and r gets cancelled, so we have sin theta. Yeah, it's a weird expression, but cos theta divided by denominator, we have cos theta minus mu k sin theta. Finally, we have Vc square is equal to r into g into the numerator divided by the denominator. Okay guys, root and all that you guys write it. So basically this is our expression, but yeah, it will be better if we express in tan. So dividing RHS, numerator and denominator of RHS, with cos theta so Vc square r times of g tan theta plus mu k, entire expression divided with 1 minus mu k tan theta, and that is almost your final expression. So we have a big fat expression over here, just not mu k. So this is going to increase the Vc value. So this will give us more grip, basically more grip, more chance of us going faster and not skidding. Again, all of this you have to experience. See, this is a big fat expression, you can't just keep memorizing such things. You need to look at the patterns there. Again, you have r and g, here too we have r and g, and mu k is replaced with this big fat set of expressions. So all of that you have to take into account and you need to figure it out,